facto, pterodactyl when I micro and macro my mind. Why would I try to hide the fact that I'm jacked to be actually naturally high? And I'm that guy with the flashlight, looking back at the track with the black light. How about this? How about that? Pay attention to wax. You're free to see what that's like. And that's why we need to take things slow.
All right, gang, we are back with part 2. Chris, Alex, Logan, and James having some decent rounds. Logan's struggling a little bit. We're on to the famous bridge hole. But it looks different. Yep. Is it?
This course is a struggle sometimes. The bridge hole is different from last year. There's a bigger layup zone. There's to the left, but there's no layup zone in front of the bridge. And the conditions were a lot easier than yesterday here, and so it's much less wind here today.
Okay. Is that OB?
Nope, he's inbounds there,
okay.
So he's about 60 feet. The layup zone on the left-hand side is just much bigger than last year. The green size was basically tripled. So.
Oh wow.
That's a nice-looking shot there. That's only going to be about 25 feet out.
Yeah.
And that's you really can't get much closer to the basket because if you take it too far right, you're risking going OB. The most popular shot is left 45 feet. So.
Just getting over the barrier right there.
Just a little sneaky there.
And Chris? Also playing it pretty safe, looks like, Nate.
Yeah, I watched him throw that exact same shot in the third round, and he was actually on the hill even farther, so he corrects a little bit, but he's playing this hole very conservatively both rounds.
Yeah, it's stroke and distance, though, right? So
well, you go to the drop zone for an out-of-bounds drive, so...
Oh, okay. Not too bad, then.
But then it's stroke and distance from the drop zone.
Gotcha. Alex for birdie, just kind of laying it for par, it looks like. And James?
Oof. I mean, and this is a hole that you just really don't want to attack that much. I mean, you can make a big number on any stroke and distance hole.
Yeah. And our forehand guy gets a birdie on the backhand hole.
That's a really solid birdie.
Yeah. Everybody else is just dropping in some pars. No shame in that. It's a dangerous hole. A lot of risk reward on that one.
Very dangerous hole, indeed.
And next one's kind of dangerous too, I believe.
I would say hole 11 was one of the more dangerous holes in the course, just because it's stroke and distance the entire way. There's no drop zone. It's about 400 feet to the edge of the fairway, and then another 260 to the basket or so. You really just want to get it down the fairway as far as you can. This hole played to about a 4.48 stroke average, but shockingly 46% of the field birdied it this round.
Really? I guess the wind was that much easier?
The wind was a lot easier. I mean, just the conditions were 4 strokes easier than the day before, and that's just all the wind.
Wow. Pretty good drive from Logan. Put himself way down the fairway.
Yep, and that's just kind of the prime spot. I think a lot of these players, playing it the second day, it plays easier because a lot of them didn't even play a practice round, which is shocking for how hard this course is. But
yeah.
This tee shot here is just a sky hyzer. So
our big arm Alex came up a little bit short, surprisingly.
Yeah, I think they're playing too conservative, but you know what? With stroke and distance, you can't mess with it. So
yeah.
And looking at the scores, 11% bogey, 10% double, 18% triple or worse. So you can get a big number fast.
Looking kind of wide from James. See if
that's got to
over.
Get left hard, and he hits the rope.
He is happy about that. Got to putt
this grass does not skip very much.
Yeah, he got a little one, which is more than happens most of the time.
That's looking pretty good there.
Chris.
Oh no.
Inches.
That is just that had to be close.
Yep. So that was his second, third. This is his fourth shot then.
That looks a little deep. Uh-oh.
Oh no, he's gonna be throwing 6 next.
See, I like the backhand here a lot more than the sidearm, just with the way the wind pushes to the left.
Oh my goodness.
Just skips that one in, but they're going sidearm here. I don't like the sidearm here as much, but that's maybe why they're rated so high and I'm not.
I know, right? It's hard to fault them when they're so much better than us.
And here they are all throwing sidearm, except for I think the first thrower.
Yeah, but Logan's predominant sidearm, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, true.
All right, so here is James for a birdie.
Oof.
Gotta want it, Nate.
And that's, as I said, with half the field birding this hole, if you get it on the green, you really should be making birdie.
Yep, very true. I think that was a 7. There is a good birdie from Logan, going back to back. And Alex birdieing as well. So it's kind of what we saw yesterday. Three birdies, or I guess
and
3 playing it well and a blow up.
Yep, and then MJ's score. So we love you, MJ, but it's a tough hole.
It sure is. Here's that 7 from Chris. That's a killer, man. Alex still got a pretty good round going with 3 down.
Yeah, it's anything under par is good. And then hole 12 is the easiest hole in the course. Actually, you played by far the easiest hole in the course today. 62% of the field birdied it. It's a shorty, 240. Just throw some out wide with a sidearm right-handed shot, or throw a putter up the middle. But the sidearm is just so easy. Just get it around that post.
Oh, no.
Oops.
Jinxed him hardcore right there, Nate.
I was trying to say get around the post, but he beat me to the punch. So
he did. Pretty good look from Alex.
Yeah, he's kind of flirting with the out of bounds. He's really not, but good shot still.
Yep. And James?
And on cue, all of them throwing the forehand, which is, as I said, the easiest shot by far, in my opinion.
Working great so far, except for the random pull hit. Let's see if Chris can come back from that 7. It looks like it.
That's a nice looking shot there, right by the basket.
Mm-hmm. Seems like we saw the park jobs with the backhand, but the good save shot with the forehand.
Yep.
Logan, gonna be taking a par.
That was a good tree hit. There is a creek back there. So.
Oh, is it really? Oh, wow. James coming up a little bit short as well. Alex should be making that. Good birdie, sir.
And 2 pars there from those 2 guys in the chase card. It just said you don't want to do that on this hole.
Not so much. Chris comes back well after that 7. Get the stroke back. Gonna take a couple of those holes to make up for it, though, unfortunately.
Yep.
And a couple drop-in pars for James and Logan. A couple of Nova dudes. We got 3 Nova and a Prodigy on this card, it looks like.
Yeah, I forgot Alex was an Nova now. He used to be Prodigy, right, or no?
I don't know, actually. I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hole 13 is the famous water tower hole. 354, playing like 430, straight uphill, big island green. The green extends in front of the water tower. Lots of discs off the water tower. It's just a fun shot to throw.
Yeah, we saw 3 water tower hits yesterday, which I absolutely loved.
Yep.
That was great.
And there's one more.
There it is.
It's really fun when it hits the water tower and rides around towards the basket. That's kind of the most fun.
I can see that. Yeah, we had the Discraft Superstars yesterday. That was fun to watch.
Yep.
Dawson, MJ, 2 of the nicest pros. Discraft knows what they're doing when they sign pros.
They do, and you know what? I'm on Team Discraft, so they must know what they're doing.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, They really must know their stuff. So,
Logan showing his forehand dominance, coming up a little bit short with that backhand.
He was trying to hit my banner there. Actually, it looked like
he was aiming for it pretty well. And James he went long, if I recall, yesterday.
That's a crush there. That's a great shot.
Yeah, he throws real far. Farther than the distance guy, Alex.
Yep. See, for Alex there, he may have had a better chance making that by bouncing it off the water tower. And you think I'm joking, but I think he could have done it. So.
Have you tried it?
I have not, so I'm going to now that I keep saying it. So
you got to film yourself and post it up.
there you go.
James for birdie. Birdie's this whole 2 days in a row. Well done.
Great birdie, and you can see the Discraft flag in the background not blowing much at all. It was much different conditions compared to yesterday.
Yeah.
Much easier for these guys to get the disc, closer to the basket, and putting's easier. When this course has wind, this course is brutal.
Yeah, it was whipping and it was really swirly. Well, it didn't seem to be consistent.
It was not consistent, so.
Good birdie from James, getting a stroke on the card right there. Alex still leading the chase card at 23 down, taking us to hole 14, 8.
Hole 14 played as the hardest hole on the course, 6.06 scoring average. There's no stroke in distance, but there is rope out of bounds to the left. There's obviously the lake to the right. This hole is called 1080 because it's 1,080 feet. And you want to land the drive as far right as you can on that right side fairway, and that's kind of the popular spot to be, kind of left there, but you really don't want to be over there. That's a very hard opportunity for birdie on that side.
Yeah, he's going a little farther than 1080 if he's playing.
Yep, exactly. And Alex here, he kind of complained and said, this hole's, he said it's the landing zone, I throw too far for it, but he just needs to scale it back a little bit because he actually went a little too far for the perfect landing zone spot there.
Wow. And
That's
Chris,
got to go.
get over there.
Oh,
That's exactly what we saw with MJ yesterday.
So close.
Yeah. Logan busting out that forehand, but got more turn than he wanted. OB?
Yeah, the wind there is a little headwind, and when you throw a forehand into a headwind, bad things happen sometimes.
Mm-hmm. So he and Chris are going to be throwing from the drop zone, and that's a pretty good pull from Chris Dickerson. But
yeah, I mean, it's a low ceiling shot from the drop zones. There's not a lot of, and I made it hard on purpose, but it's a great forehand line, and just kind of that tree just eats discs alive.
it sure did. That ceiling got both of them. James?
And you can see, James, he took that left-hand side, and you can't really advance it that far down, but he actually really got it down there, probably as far as he could. So
Yeah, solid throw. All the hyzer look at the basket, hopefully around the trees.
And see, Alex, as you can see, he threw it too far, so he can't even take the hyzer gap around the water. And James won't be able to go hyzer either. He'll have to throw anhyzer, I believe. So
Yeah, okay. That's going to be Logan's fourth shot.
I think he's laying up just short of the second bend, so he can throw a big hyzer around the water. So
Gotcha. Chris Dickerson not laying up.
yeah, he's going big here. Wow.
Big old run up and a huge smash.
He's still going to be short, but man, that's a pretty good shot from where he was.
Mm-hmm.
He was 525, 530 out.
Yeah, that was his fourth. Should be able to get up and down for a 6. Alex.
Oh no. I don't know if that came down in the. That looks dicey.
That sure does.
And it looks like James did have a hyzer. He's got to throw it so high to get over there, though.
Yeah. See if we can get the distance on it. It's tough with that elevation. Oh?
Not bad.
Yeah, a little bit short, but should be easy 5. And Logan, this is his 5th shot, I believe.
That's a great shot from where he was.
Wow, yeah.
See, Alex, yeah, he's really in kind of a tough spot here.
He is not putting himself in good spots on this hole.
And that's got to sit.
Ooh, that's a long putt.
He's probably just outside the circle there.
Yep. So here's
Chris jumping from 100 feet.
Yep.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, it is. Going to be taking a 6, I believe. And here's James for birdie. Oh, he's running it, but going to take it a par.
There's no shame in taking a par here.
Not at all. Definitely gaining strokes in the field with that, and Alex not stoked.
Yeah, as I said, his drive was just, and he kind of complained about it. If you throw your drive too far, you don't really have the best. You need to throw your drive about 400 feet on a hyzer, and Alex just throws too far.
Yeah.
Alex Geisinger problems.
It is, exactly. He's dropping in along with Chris. I believe that's a 6. Along with Logan. Yep. Oh, and Alex also taking a 6.
And this whole plays, that's the scoring average. It's a pro level par 5, no doubt.
Yeah. Evidence is right there. Going to a pretty easy hole, right, Nate?
Yep, hole 15, just downhill a little bit. Out of bounds rope to the left that doesn't really come into play too much. Water to the right. Plays more like 270, but the disc does not skip at all. That grass just makes stuff sit down.
And James took this route yesterday as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody else try that. He's well short there. I think people are afraid of going in the water, but it's not a hard shot to throw up the middle. It's just a low ceiling shot.
Yep. Alex made it look pretty easy. Came up maybe a little bit short, but it'll play.
I think he's still short, 45 feet.
Chris, it's
a tough shot. You got to keep it low, and this is a nice line here by Logan.
Getting a little skip in that Velcro grass.
Not everybody has the Logan Bowers forehand, though.
Very true, sir.
I like that. I like that putt from James, staying low to the ground and kind of just almost like an elevator putt.
Yeah, a little kind of air bouncy a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
man!
I thought that was going in for sure. Let's see if Logan struck on the card. Indeed.
That's a good birdie there.
It was. Yeah, it looks easy, but it's not playing that easy for these.
It's it's that tree there and the low ceiling, and they're afraid of the water, all the above.
Yeah, all getting in their heads. Logan getting a stroke again. Alex still leading the card, though. It looks like 3. And it takes us to hole 16.
Hole 16 is actually an easy par 4. It plays to right about a 4.0 average. You kind of want to turn the drive over for a right-hander or a lefty hyzer, and then it's another lefty hyzer or a righty sidearm to the basket. So it's actually a really nice forehand hole all the way around.
Oh, but not if you throw a forehand like that.
Not if you throw it into the ground. So you definitely want to keep the drive up in the air as long as you can and kind of turn it kind of just like that.
Yeah, great looking throw from James. He even misses that last tree.
And missed that last tree. He is way down there.
He's almost around the corner, isn't he?
He's well around the corner. He's going to have a really easy up and down with a sidearm.
Well done. Let's see what Alex can do. Definitely has the power to make the corner, just so he can get the shot.
Yeah, just didn't quite get it high enough. So he's not going to be in a bad spot if it sits down. He's kind of behind that tree, but you really want to get the disc as high as you can.
Mm-hmm. Chris, that looks too turned over.
That's got to get out of that bush. That bush is just brutal.
Yeah, it looks dense. And Logan making the corner on his second shot, at least.
That is crushed.
Yeah, Logan. What?
That was amazing.
I thought he had no chance to get to the basket from where he was. Impressive. So Chris from out of the bush.
I mean, that's a really good shot from where he was, standstill and hyzer. That was a good shot.
Yeah, he's got a putt outside the circle. And Alex put himself in not the best spot, but left himself a hyzer look at least.
Yeah, the hyzer was really tough with that tree, but he actually crashed through a little bit. And he'll have actually kind of a 20-foot or so.
Pretty parked for him. And James, what a drive from him. Just perfect, right?
Surprised he can throw forehand, because that's going to skip away from the basket, but you know what? He's close enough.
Yeah, that'll work for him. So Chris, the longest putt, a little outside step putt.
Ooh. That was a good line.
It was. Logan finished pin high right, makes a good putt.
That's an incredible birdie from where his drive was.
Yeah, I was going to say, after that drive, did not expect that birdie to come. Chris misses his comebacker for par, unfortunately.
That's a rough 3-putt there.
That's a birdogey.
Yep. Oh, jeez.
James, buddy. Thought he had that one on lock. There is Chris dropping in his 5, unfortunately. And Alex with a great upshot. He could throw hyzers pretty far, Nate.
Yes, he can. Probably, one of the top 3 in the world, actually, with hyzer throw.
Yeah. Good birdies there from Alex and Logan. Unfortunate for Chris. And I know, James wanted that birdie.
Yep.
And hole 17, really kind of fun hole, and I like this one.
This is one of my favorite holes. Just an island green, 100 feet wide, 36 feet deep. Go to the drop zone if you go out of bounds. Keep throwing if you can't get it in bounds from the drop zone. Just a fun hole. Very easy. I mean, 49% of the field actually birdied it.
Oh, wow.
And lots of birdies and then some bogeys and some bigger numbers, but that's parked.
Logan Bowers with that forehand.
And you can see how calm the wind is. The water is hardly moving. The disc graph flags aren't moving, and these guys are wow. Wow.
They're dialed in, Nate.
They're all over this basket.
They are. See what James could do.
They want some Sports Center.
They do. Get that ace. Oh.
Dude, all these guys are pin seeking.
Yeah, they are. James, there's a little bit more on that, but it flashed across. And Chris.
Wow.
Flirting with it, but he's inbounds. Alex just throws that putt in there, no worries. James should make this one. Well done. Getting his stroke back after that last hole.
And this is going to be a good hole for them. This is going to be a star deuce.
Yeah. Well done. What a drive from Logan.
This park is so beautiful. You can just see the views there, just looking out over the lake. Just gorgeous, gorgeous park.
Picturesque wherever you look. Really cool.
It really is.
There is that star frame like you mentioned. Alex still crushing pretty well. And it's going to take us to the last hole, Nate.
Hole 18, just a fun hole, great finishing hole. Hard to deuce. It looks like this round only 5% of the people birdied it. A bunch of pars, 29% bogey. Mando left off the tee. Roller is very popular, or a sidearm just to stay right. Just kind of a fun hole. And that's a great drive there.
You like finishing more righter than lefter?
You want to finish right because it's an easier second shot. You'll see some guys go way out to the left with a big Anheuser. That's kind of the fun shot. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Get
nice.
to see it.
Oh, almost.
Where
did you throw,
lost
Alex?
It's lost in the atmosphere. That's a great position to be in. Crushed.
Yeah, center cut. James threw this yesterday as well.
He did, and that one's just a little too far left, and he at least came down inbounds.
Yeah, worried that was going to fade into the lake. But he threw a great drive on this one yesterday. It was almost perfect. And Chris
we're
going
seeing
roller.
we're seeing one of everything. We're seeing a sidearm. We're seeing big Anheuser up the middle, roller. That's why I like this hole so much, because there's so many different options, and that's just a great roller.
That is smashed.
It's way down there.
Wow. Well done, Chris.
He's going to have a nice, easy hyzer to the basket from like 300 feet.
Nice. So looking at James after that early tree hit and a late tree hit on his upshot, which is not what he was looking for. Should be able to up and down for a par, though.
Yeah, he's probably only 200 feet out, and this looks like a fun shot.
Oh, Logan.
Oh, my goodness. That is...
Oh...
I thought it was going to come back enough, and looks like Mike Spotter's running down there, and wait for it.
That's not the right flag. Oh, is he looking for it? Oh, red flag.
That had to be close.
Yeah, definitely. And Alex, he's throwing more forehands than I thought he would.
That was a great shot.
Yeah, it looked like a Champ Firebird or something.
But that's kind of the angle you want to come in. You don't want to skip towards the water. You prefer to skip away from the water, so he had the right idea in mind.
Yeah, forehand makes a ton of sense there. Chris, after that monster roller, gets pretty close.
Yeah, he'll have a putt.
And
that's got to get left. Oh, he
hit the stake.
Dude, he hit the stake. Very fortunate there.
Indeed, that was definitely going to be. I'll have a putt
definitely
even.
Was. Yep.
Chris for birdie. He wants this after that drive, but just wasn't
meant to be. Yeah. Yep.
So it looks like James just smartly lays up with that water behind.
Laying up. Yep.
And Logan taking his meter in. It's going to take a 4 at least.
Yeah, he had to be close to being in bounds there, so that's a good 4.
Mm-hmm. And Alex with a birdie, I believe.
That's a great birdie.
Yeah.
Only one of 20 players birdied that hole today.
Really? Wow.
Tough hole to get.
Indeed. And it's Chris dropping in a par. And James dropping in a bogey, I believe. Yep. Good birdie from Alex right there. And
it's a great round from Alex.
Yeah. Did he end up in 5th, I believe?
I believe so, yep. I believe so.
Well done by him. Well, cool, guys. I think that's all we got for the Ledgestone Open coverage. Nate, huge thanks for having such close disc golf out there. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, and huge thanks to Discraft for their great sponsorship.
Yeah, make a premier event wherever they go. Gotta love it. And huge thanks to you for joining me for commentary, man. It was tons of fun. You did a fantastic job. Course knowledge was really fun to have on the commentary. So
thank you, sir. It was fun to be here.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, that is all we got. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you around.